and I love the move from Jacksonville. You already paid Trevor Lawrence. There are still question marks around Trevor Lawrence. Everybody kind of looks at that deal right now when their quarterback is up to be paid. So, Gladstone and Liam, you put the pieces around him for him to be successful. So I absolutely love the move from Jacksonville, keeping Travis Hunter, Florida boy in Florida, obviously a dynamic player on both sides of the ball. Still interested to see how those snaps are split, but Travis Hunter is no denying he is an absolute unicorn on the football field.
I love the thought of Travis Hunter going down there, though, starting on offense and starting on defense, playing full games, playing a full season, and just this becomes a normal.
That'd be awesome.
Travis Hunter plays the whole game in the NFL, the whole season. If he's able to accomplish this, this should be a sports science spectacle of some sort of how his body is able to do something that nobody's body's ever been able to accomplish. I mean, people are getting limping to the finish line. And that's his 17 games. Roger Goodell's already got an 18-game schedule ready. 18-2. And I think I speak for the fans here, if you guys want to listen. We'd much rather a regular season game than a preseason game, right? Yeah, see? So I think 18-2 is the right move. So if he's able to do that, plus playoffs, plus the Super Bowl, that would be unbelievable for the human. Just humans as a whole.
These highlights are ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
they really are.
We've seen him 100 times, and every time they're still as special. And you talk about, Cam Ward's journey. Like, his journey was wild, too, to be one of the top-rated players in the country coming out of high school, following Coach Prime to Jackson State, talking about changing the space around you. He completely changed Jackson State, and I think kind of FCS and HBCU football, the eyes he brought to that program, and then going to Colorado, doing the same thing, winning the Heisman in Colorado, and then, going number 2 overall in the NFL draft, and then now, the movie is obviously still being written, but if he can actually be a full-time two-way player in the NFL, and doesn't sound like Jimmy Gladstone is going to hold him back from chasing that dream.
No,
so it's going to be
exciting
to watch. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And remember, Tony Khan, wrestling promoter.
Sure.
We got a guy to go,
Chief strategist.
We got a guy that plays both sides. Mm-hmm. We're the only ones that have a guy that plays the whole game. Mm. We can sell tickets to that.
That's probably Tony that put.
There's a chance. Hey, Jimmy Gladstone. Yeah. This is 1-on-1, huh? You remember? Do you know Andre the Giant? Do you remember Andre? 1-on-1. We used to be able to tour him. They toured him around. He went everywhere, beating everybody, every town. Then there was the Hulkster brother.
Why?
Well, actually, sorry, Bruno Sammartino. I apologize. Pittsburgh legend. Shouldn't have done that. But if we got if we got a guy and they are championing him, mean, and Liam Cohen's going to be able to drop some shit for him to get open.
Yes, sir.
Let's assume Travis is going to have some highlights each week.
Yep. Yeah.
And then on defense, is he going to be able to play?
Both ways?
Defense. If he was full-time defense, he'd be able to play?
Against the Colts?
Yes.
Against any team.
Absolutely. And on offense, you got Brian Thomas Jr. on the other side of him, who's a bona fide number one, potential superstar in the league. And then on defense, I think absolutely he can play. And you watching those highlights, you can tell that he's a smart player. That's the other thing that's very impressive.
So he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, ball skills.
But does he have the time to do it?
What do you mean?
That's a good question. It's a great question.
Like needing time to do it,
I think if he's able to do defense full-time, he'll be able to do offense full-time. Because Cohen will just draw up shit for him.
Yeah.
Is, I don't want to say offense is as easy as that, but for him, could be. Like if you're trying to simplify this as much as possible to make things happen, it's like he's an offensive guru, right? Isn't he?
It's just week to week, the game plan and the installs and things change so much. So just being on the same, like we've had, Aaron on with even like the signals, certain signals and situations. 2 minute when things are moving so fast, you just have to get those reps and that continuity. Defense is the same thing. I know a lot of people just think, it's only a certain amount of calls, which there is a more limited playbook on defense, but the adjustments you have to make on defense been on the same page. But everything we've seen from Travis Hunter on every level has shown that he can handle it, and he seems like, he's all football. He goes fishing and he does some other things, but he seems like he is completely enamored with football and learning the game and playing at a high level.
Can't wait to watch him, see if he does it in the AFC South. Okay, good luck. Tyler Warren's coming to town. Tyler Warren's coming to town. Same with JTT. You ever see him? He's a good football player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch of dogs here in Indianapolis. You just made a noise. Did something happen?
No, I was going to say something.
Okay.
So something happened in my brain where it kind of triggered. You mentioned some of the negative meeting stuff with Shador.
Okay.
Two things about some of the other prospects. Right. Takes my brain a while.
I respect it.
The Travis Hunter feedback from his meetings and interaction could not have been more A+. like people loved him, just character-wise. Like, obviously, the player is great, and the stamina, like, that's, like, the thing that people were like, can you believe this? But interactions with him, I think, were, from the people I spoke with, just not just teams, but, like, basically everyone he interacted with, like, A+ and awesome.
And Travis Hunter, obviously, going to change Jacksonville. Do we have old Gladstone's quote about Travis Hunter and why the pick was made? Go ahead.
Yeah, as we sit here, Travis Hunter is a Jacksonville Jaguar, and really what comes to mind for me, right? Thinking about the sport of football and really the power of the game itself, right? Its capacity to ignite belief, right? Belief in ourselves, belief in others, right? Belief in achieving what many may deem impossible.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Travis Hunter, he embodies belief.
Okay.
Right? He's a rare person. He's a rare player. But he's also a reminder that the boundaries of the game of football were built to be challenged.
Oh.
And so the decision to select him was actually a statement for how we plan to move, who we are, and we want him to be nothing more than him. Because when he is, he elevates the space around him.
Wow.
From the football field to the city to the game of football itself. Travis Hunter is who we've been hunting up.
Okay,
Couldn't
Jimmy.
be more jacked to be sitting right here beside him and introduce you all to the man of the hour.
What a promo. What a promo from old Gladstone there.
I'll
tell you what. I'll tell you what. It feels like it was pretty obvious they were going to make that move all along.
Yeah.
Gladstone didn't think of that in just one night.
No.
That promo right there has been a couple monther.
Hold on.
That's been a couple monther there. The
You
way
think he was preparing the speech?
Yes, I think he was preparing a speech for a couple months,
In the mirror.
personally, because he said the way he lifts his space, the whole space. He was talking about them selling out Colorado, lifted that entire thing. Ratings, every game that he was a part of was huge. Like, everything he was saying was a promo cut to say, like, this is who this guy actually is, not like what I'm just making up. I think he was obsessed with getting Travis. It sounds like this was the only decision for this guy to make. I'm new here. This place needs a spark. We got the one. This guy plays both ways. He's beloved by everybody. I'm going to go make a move to go get him. And Liam Cohen said, get him down here to Duval. And we'll change the entire tone. They don't have a stadium in 2 years, but they have a team that has been trying and trying. Con has been trying down there.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't he? Don't you think so?
Respect.
Forever.
Con has been trying. He wanted to build an entire city for the Jacksonville Jaguars
Yeah.
within the city of Jacksonville.
Hired Urban.
So now they got a young guy and a young coach that make a big time play. Cleveland Browns, I assume a lot of people wanted to get to 2, or how many people do you think were trying to get up there to potentially snag Travis Hunter?
As far as I could tell, well, I think there was another team made kind of an initial call, but as far as I can tell, the Jaguars were the only team that made this, like, real significant concerted effort to try to get to 2. This was a really fascinating one. Apparently, and one of the GMs said this, they've been talking for 2 weeks. I found out about this potentially on, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I was told the Jaguars are going to do something bold. Don't be surprised if it's offense, but they're going to do something bold. And so I'm like, bold. All right, so that means maybe Genty or maybe Tetero and McMillan. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then I'm starting to hear that teams are calling up to 2 and 3, and I'm like, the only reason with all due respect to Abdul Carter, who is awesome, like, Hunter would be the guy you'd probably trade up for, I think. And, like, most people thought there was 2 super elite players in the draft. It was Carter and it was Hunter. So I'm like, if the Jaguars are going to be bold, if they're going to do something on offense, if someone's calling up to 2, it's got to be the Jaguars. And I basically spent the next day trying to figure out, which I think by like Thursday morning it was pretty clear, like, Jaguars are going to trade up. And it was, it's a fun, fascinating trade. I can't wait to look back at it. But I've never had more people on both sides say, I can't believe they did this. This is crazy. Why would you? And then but it's the opposite. So, like, when people think both sides are crazy, maybe that's a good move for everyone, you know?
Hey, if both sides are happy, that's a good deal. And the reason why the Jacksonville Jaguars are happy is because they think they got a first-round corner and they got a first-round wide receiver. So when we give up another first-rounder, sure, we're just getting a corner who's the number one corner on our board, or instead of the number one wide receiver we have on our board. I think that's probably how they're viewing it. And you heard they're going to be bold. Well, fortune favors the bold.
That's right.
And if you listen to Jimmy Gladstone,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he needs to be speaking to the team. They need to have GM speaking to the team. You all have been placed here for a reason. Each week, I think he needs to be given one of those.
Sweet. Hell of an intro, hell of a promo. Not everybody up here loved it, just based on, I can tell, based on looking at everybody as they were speaking.
I didn't. I didn't.
What?
I need more details on that.
I didn't.
Why didn't you like what Jimmy Gladstone had to say?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing football. We're not trying to split the atom. I understand.
They're running a business down
there. I know.
They're selling hope down there.
I know. I get
Optimism down there. Belief, they say.
I get it. I get all of it. And I'm going to reserve judgment until we see what happens on the field. But just calm down, Jimbo. Just calm down, okay? I get it. It's a big pick. It is. That's a big pick. That was a little much. It was a little much.
You saw? I didn't see his reaction.
I saw it. We may have spoken about it a little before the show too, but I saw it once he saw it again. But I loved it.